Love this film. It was the first movie I saw that started my Christmas watching season and loved it. What was it about this film that you had to be a part of it because it's such a great story?
I think mostly the point of view. I've never I've seen a lot of Christmas films, and I've actually done a couple myself. But just like the whole idea of having like this Mexican vision, not Mexicanized vision, but the actual Mexican vision of what Christmas is, just like really blew me, because I had never seen or read anything like it. It's just like the actual vision of what happens here, like traditionally, like through the cooking, through what happens with the Santas at the market, and the whole family scene. It's just like it just feels like super, that it marks what Mexico is. And
Yeah.
there's no, I had never read a script like that at all.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that I took from it too, because it really brought back and reminded me of what it was like when I was a kid, when my grandma and my mom were still alive, and how those Christmases were. You didn't know how they were gonna go, but
Yes,
you know how they were but you know how they
You were all there. You were all there
Yeah.
looking at each other and sharing
Exactly.
whatever came out. Yeah.
Exactly. So what did you take from your experiences and growing up with your family and putting it into your role, into your perspective, into this film?
Well, I don't know. We were just talking about, like, in creating this role, just going back and remembering what it was like to walk into my grandmother's kitchen in Mexico, in the north, where people are a little less festive, maybe, in their ways of being. And I remember it being a very sacred, almost like a temple-ish ambiance. It was only her cooking, and it was a very large room, and everything was the light was not very bright, except when the fire came up. So it was a very magical space for me, because the fire, the element of fire was there. She was so concentrated in doing everything, and I saw it, with a lot of love, even though it was a bit desertic in its feeling. And so I tried to bring that a little bit for this character, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So for both of you, what's your best family memory during the holidays?
During the holidays, or during the actual like Christmas
Well,
evening?
let's go actual
Christmas Day. Okay.
evening, because that's always the best part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
I remember, my family is very large. We had a lot of cousins, and my father is the smallest in his family, so I had a lot of big cousins, and they were always impacting me, like, oh, so she comes with a boyfriend. Oh my God, who's that? It was like this show of meeting all these new exciting people that were part of your family. And I remember I have these cousins that are seven women, and they always arrived with the same perfume. It was a great 80s perfume, super sweet, and with the cold, and they were always coming in with the cold and the perfume, and I was so impacted by that. And years later, I looked for that perfume. It was out of stock. I remembered the name, and I was hunting it down until I got it, and it became one of my favorite perfumes that I use in life. So it's one of those memories that, like taste, make an impact, smell and taste. And yeah.
Andres?
Well, I guess for me, like in both my mom's and dad's cases, it's remembering my grandparents. My mother, I didn't actually met my mother's father. It was only her mother, who was a super heavyweight smoker, and she was a painter. So almost every Christmas we had it at her place. She lived with my aunt, And the smell was, you know, like this mixture of cigarette and like the whole painting thing.
Oh,
I myself went on to study visual arts, and at some point I was using the same solvents as
beautiful.
my grandma. So that's one of like those memories, you know, that just sticks around your head, because we actually had we are a large family, and it was a lot of little kids, and we used to, you know, just like hide her cigarette packs until she had lost them, and she really got crazy. We had to peel her out because she had her own pills, you know. And then she fell asleep. So we were kind of like
Naughty.
naughty in that sense.
Traviesos.
And with the other family, it was a completely different thing. It was a super like formal Catholic family, and the values were different, but it was like the same. I don't know, like I guess the sensation of comfortability and confidence and security that those places, both of them, like my grandparents, different places, meant to me. I think that's one of my favorite real memories about Christmas.
Yeah, Elle, thank you so much for stopping with us. It's almost our time, but I just want to say El Sabor de Navidad is definitely one of those films put in on your Christmas rotation list. It starts this Thursday on VIX. So we're looking forward for everybody to see it and experience it and bringing back those family memories.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.